Well, students at Brewer High School are working hard to grow flowers and vegetables to sell to the community. Today, our Kelly Kennedy went out to the greenhouse, which is run by students with special needs. She joins us now. Kelly, why do they operate the greenhouse?
Mike, working in a greenhouse teaches students lots of skills they'll need to be successful in the workforce, but it also serves as a fundraiser.
We water all the plants, make sure they're all moist and grow nice and pretty.
These students are part of the Morgan County Stars, a group of high schoolers with special needs, and these colorful flowers are growing in their greenhouse at Brewer High School.
When we're planting them, they have to break out the plugs, they have to, get the soil in the pots. So, I mean, this is a process that, they do everything.
The greenhouse is a major source of funding for the program. The money they make from selling the plants allows them to gain even more experience and skills in different areas.
We cook, we do pre-vote, like build stuff, and then we after that, we do art.
They create recipe books and they learn how to cook through the recipe books so they can have things outside of school, because we're trying to prepare them for life outside of school.
There are plenty to choose from, so if you need new flowers for spring, these students can certainly help you out.
They have the options of buying the hanging plants, the 6-inch pots. Our kids will, find out which ones the public wants, help them load it up, handle and count money. So it's just customer service skills that they be able to help them in the future.
They'll be out at the greenhouse selling these plants on April 4th. They say they'll continue to sell the plants throughout the rest of the week until they sell out. For more information, just head to our website, rocketcitynow.com. Putting the Valley first, Kelly Kennedy, WZDX News.